in my own private Idaho, and today I'm going to do this fun layout, and it is from Kristi's Beautiful Life, Day 5. I realize I am now 5 days behind, but these sketches are so beautiful. I always want to do them justice, and I appreciate the sketch artist making these for him. This one is done by Kristin Lippelman, and Kristi's Beautiful Life is a Facebook group you can ask to join, and people are doing projects all through this month, and if they're like me, they might be jumping into November because I seldom get them done on time. So let's go ahead and look at the sketch, and I'll show you what I've done, and hopefully you'll get some ideas. I hope you will like and subscribe, and I hope you'll just follow along. It looks like I can post these on my business page now, and so we'll see how this goes. So anyway, I started off with an older pack. Sorry, I gotta turn the timer off. I always time myself. It keeps me on track, otherwise I don't get anything done during the day. So like I was saying, this was actually a Christmas pack, and so I was looking at I was needing some inspiration to do the sketch, and I was looking through my Facebook page and my grandnephews, which I can't share their cute little adorable faces with you because they're not my children, but I saw their pictures and I thought, oh, this is the perfect layout for this. So when I choose a sketch, I try to see what is it that the creator of the sketch, what makes this sketch so unique. And in this one, it is the fun little strips that she used. Now in her video, she used washi tape, and I actually watched her video. So if you go to 30 Days of Sketches, it will give you a playlist, and I need to learn how to link that. I don't know how to link it, but it's on my list of things to learn how to do. So the strips were what makes this so unique, and what I wanted to do with this is washi tape. To undo this much washi tape, I would probably lose my mind, because I really believe washi tape, when it gets too warm, it makes it so that you can't untape it. And this is any kind of washi tape I've ever used. So what I do have a lot of is I have a lot of zip strips. So zip strips were the branding strips from Close to My Heart that went up at the top, and it tells you, well, let me show you an example. So all of Close to My Heart's paper, well, I won't say all, for the last 10 or 15 years, they have this zip strip that tells you the colors, and on the back side of it, so as to not waste the paper that they're printing, they put these fun little zip strips, which are great, but they're so cute I can't get rid of them. So this layout is a perfect way to use your zip strips. So if you're coming from Close to My Heart, if you've ever been a Close to My Heart consultant, I know you have zip strips that you can use. And so that's what I used, and that was the starting point from it. Because I'm going with a pretty neutral, I'm going with a very light color, I decided to go ahead. She doesn't have hers backed, but I needed mine backed for my particular use. So let's go ahead and get started on this. So this is a 12 by 12. Originally I gutted it, but because I had ran out of this paper and I wanted to use it, it is actually, I pieced it halfway through the middle. So I put it on a full sheet of paper. So if you are piecing your paper, gutting your paper may not be the best plan. So I also used, so she has these Polaroid pictures. You can see that her pictures are much smaller than mine, but these are such cute pictures, and you'll see that the deers have their deers on their heads, so they have their grandpa's antlers on their cute, adorable little heads. So I wanted the pictures to be larger, so I adjusted. I went into Cricut, and I made sure by unlocking it, I could make it so that it fit my pictures. And these pictures are about 5 by 4. I printed them myself, and I will share that link. I'll share the link on the Cricut for the title, which I used totally differently than what I thought I was going to use. So when you go, so it will look different. So here we go. And I found some, I call them table scraps when I find, and this is a table scrap, things that I find when I am making layouts that from previous things. So this is a really simple layout. You'd be surprised that it took me 4 days to do, but you know, I'm not the fastest person in the West. So I'm taking my Polaroid pictures and I'm going to go ahead and tape them. I'm taping them at an angle. I want to make sure that I can see them. I'm going to move my little deers. And all of this paper is from, I will show you the pack that I used. So the pack that I used was called, it might be called Oh Dear. And you can see that I love this paper. So this is what I've got left, and so I just throw everything in it. Yes, it's called Oh Dear, and it's close to my heart, and it looks like it's from 2016. So in the 2016, they had PMLs. We had these cards, and so I am starting to use these. I always struggle to use them in the past, but I'm getting pretty good at it now. So these can be journaling things. I even thought if you had just plain paper, you could put these deers all the way along across, and those would be super cute. But you can see some of my strips came from my PML cards, because the PML cards I'm using, I use them for embellishments. I'll fussy cut these out. I'll use this for journaling, for not necessarily this one, but I like to cut out my lined paper and put it on layouts and with the different shapes, because now that I'm with Stampin' Up, they have some really fun die cuts. So I just use the die cuts and use these journaling blocks. And I'm trying to think of where to put the journaling blocks on here, because I would like for my grandsons to hear that story about why they have the cute little antlers on their head. So let's go ahead and get started. And I'm going to go ahead and put this. Because this is so light, this also came from the pack. So all of this came from the pack, and that's the beautiful thing about Close to My Heart's paper packs were great, because if there wasn't something that you could use on the front, the back would be something that you could use. So I've got to cover up his cute little face. And this particular picture, he kind of reminds me of my nephew. Not his dad, his uncle. Yes. But he is such, these boys are, I know they're related, and I shouldn't say, because you'll think, oh, she's just vain. But they're the most beautiful children you've ever seen in your life. So I'm going to go ahead and put this down here. And when I do the Polaroids, I love a good Polaroid. I think a good Polaroid is really, I gotta cover up this little boy's face really quick. They're so cute. I'm gonna put this down here, and then I'm gonna take my leftover. I didn't have 2 of these because, like I said, I am using just my scraps, and this is out of Glacier Glitter. And when I looked on my zip strip, it said that I could, Glacier Glitter was one of the colors, so I thought, well, that's going to happen. I normally have like I need the glue thing. I'm just going to tuck this in, because I don't want to, it's very fine print, and I probably need to put the green glue on there. I use regular adhesive, but when I go to glue glitter, I think it needs the green glue. It needs to be a little bit thicker. So you see on your on my, you're gonna hear dog barking and all kinds of things. So my title is Oh Dear, and obviously because of the cuteness of this picture. And I put them on a Xyron strip, and I am just going to put where's my little, here's my, that's going to go like this. Oops, I don't want it to cover up his head though. I think I need to have it be a little bit straighter, because I'm kind of overlapping the title. Let's start with the backwards. I'm going to start backwards, and then I'll know where to put this, because I think it's going to actually go on the other one. So I do Xyron when it's small, especially if I'm filming, because I don't want to. So that's going to kind of hang over a little bit like that. And this is a title. I did get it from Cricut. I will share it. It is with a whole, so it wasn't a cluster, but because my pictures are so big, that didn't work for me. So I just kind of cut these apart after I put them together. And I'm going to put this over here. Oops, I need to spell correctly. So yeah, the stag is going to go right over here like this, and then this will go right here. Perfect. I'm going to pop him up a little bit, and he's going to hang like that. So that says "Oh dear," and this is actually going to be for my, I do calendars, and that's my very noisy son-in-law. I do calendars every year, and this is going to be for January. So it says, "Oh dear, here comes another year." So let's put that one right here. And then this, how I did the strip was because I really wrestled with it. Whether I wanted to put this on or not put it on. I'm going to overlap. Overlapping makes everything better. When you overlap, so if you're, because all these pieces, they're not necessarily going together. So if I overlap, then it looks like it was more purposeful. So I'm going to overlap these, oops, can't overlap it too much. It'll cover up my here. So I'm going to just kind of fuss around with this a little bit. And this, honestly, where to put this title was what was so time consuming on this page. So you can see me still kind of struggling around with it a little bit. So I wanted to say, "Oh dear, here comes another year." And so, all right. So that is my layout. Oh, and I wanted to add, this was also things that I found. I want to cover up my cute little, so she has a cluster here. I could put it right here. I could put it here, and then when these packs were, a long time ago, when they were being offered, they came with some compliments. And there's a cute little bow. Did I use the bow? Well, I'm going to put this little bow right up here. And that I'm going to call good. So that is my layout for day 5. Stay tuned. I'm going to fuss around with a little bit, so when you and I'll get the final version. I will also post the sketch, and I hope you'll like and subscribe, and I hope you will also give this a thumbs up, and we'll be checking in with you later. Thanks so much for watching. Talk to you later. Bye.